This watch brand really doesn't get enough attention for the stuff that they create. I genuinely feel like they're underrated, but I kind of feel like I know why they don't get enough attention. They make watches on the more affordable end of the market, but sometimes that's hard to appreciate. But they're also quite young within the watch world. Frederique Constant was started in 1988. I kind of feel like everything that started in the 80s should still be classed as young. And they started making in-house movements in 2004. But this watch today was launched this year, just a couple of weeks ago. This is Frederique Constant's new Perpetual calendar. Many brands have done Perpetual calendars before, but this is in a 40mm wide case and costs less than £9,000. Now, it's easy to appreciate a watch being affordable or better value for money when it's good looking and costs less than £1,000. It's more challenging, or it requires knowledge of watchmaking or what goes into watchmaking when that affordable watch costs £12,000, or in this case, less than £9,000. I think the challenge around Frederique Constant is they have a slightly mixed offering. They have these beautiful, very accessible dress watches at £1,000, but they also have in-house, highly complex, high-end watches that only cost £12,000. It feels ridiculous saying only cost £12,000 because that's a huge amount of cash. But what you get is really quite impressive. And so I think the challenge around that is they are offering affordable watches, but then producing in-house handmade high-end watches. I often think brands who do that should perhaps separate the two out. Have the affordable, accessible stuff, but then create another brand like Grand Seiko. You have a separate section for the really fancy stuff. Now, of course, calling something good looking, that's completely subjective. Calling something affordable is also subjective. But if we look at the facts of this thing, well, let's look at the specs. We've got a traditional case shape with this nice onion crown in stainless steel. As I mentioned, the case is 40mm wide. It's relatively thick at 12.1mm thick, but given all the complications of the fact it's automatic, it's kind of understandable. We have 20mm lugs, at which point I normally plug the straps that I sell over at barkandjack.com because we have loads of 20mm straps along with lots of other sizes, but I think there's a limit to what you put a one-piece nylon strap on. This is an Elliott Brown, which I'm going to do a video on later, with our limited run grey on grey. This is our grey ribbed nylon strap with matte PVD grey hardware. You can grab these over at barkandjack.com. I guess I did just do a plug based on the lugs. We have a sapphire crystal front which has anti-reflective coating, and on the back we also have a sapphire crystal, and this case has 50 meters of water resistance. On the dial we have this beautiful salmon burst finish, and then if you look at the sub dials, they're ever so slightly inset, but then they have this beautiful snailing. The hands are dolphin hands and they are hand polished, and then around the dial we have all the complications. At 3 o'clock we have the date, down at 6 o'clock we have the moon phase, at 9 o'clock we have the day, and then at 12 o'clock we have the month and the leap year. That takes us on to the movement itself. This is Frederique Constant's in-house caliber FC776. This isn't their first Perpetual calendar moon phase movement, but this is an upgrade to the previous. It's automatic, as I mentioned, and it beats at 28,800 vibrations per hour. It's regulated in 6 positions and it has 26 joules inside. The power reserve is a big thing that's been improved from the previous movement. This has 72 hours of power reserve. The movement is controlled by the crown as normal, but then for the Perpetual calendar you then have pushers around the side of the case. Then we have the finishing of the movements. We've got Coach Genève, we've got perlage, and then we have a rose gold plated skeletonized rotor in the back. And all of this costs £8,695. Now, I know this sounds like an advert. It bloody isn't. Kind of wish it was. But I feel like this is just one of those offerings that is, in my eyes, it's an absolutely stunning watch. And then you're getting a huge amount of watchmaking, huge amount of watch for your money. But guys, I want to know your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on Frederique Constant. I want to know why you think they aren't spoken about as often as they probably should do. And I want to know your thoughts on this watch as well. In-house Perpetual calendar. Less than £9,000. I think it's pretty good. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on that stuff. We've got our mugs are back in stock. We get so many emails and DMs about these mugs. They are back in stock. Both the white ones and the black ones. Jump on to barkandjack.com and check them out. If you're on Instagram, give me a follow at barkandjack. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button down there, and that little bell icon so you get notifications when I drop a new video. I've got so many videos coming out. I've got crazy amounts of videos, both of high-end watchmaking and then also more normal stuff. So subscribe down there, and I'll see you soon. Take care.